Part of what we're exploring as part of the study day is the incorporation of video technology into the development of the global network for action research. And so, as some of you know, there is a major conference in Melbourne, Australia in September, and Jack is a part of that conference. But he's not actually going to be there physically. He's part of a virtual kind of learning process that's going to occur. So we're going to be doing a lot of videotaping today, and we're going to be uploading those videotapes onto this website so that it can be part of the conference in Australia in September. And then in November, a number of us are going to Cambridge, England, to this year's CARN conference. And so we'll be sharing some of what we've done here at the conference over the next 3 days as part of our presence at the CARN conference. So we'll be taking videotape with us to share with people there. So that's kind of part of the study day for us, our first North American study day, is to make sure that we are working on establishing our links with our colleagues in Europe and in other parts of the world who have a lot to teach us, because here when you do introductions and you ask people to say a bit about how you first got involved with action research, the real veterans here in the US will say, well, I've been involved with action research for 8 years or 9 years, but when those introductions are done in Europe, people like Jack will say, well, I've been doing action research for the last 30 years. So our colleagues in Europe have a lot to teach us about the traditions of action research, the methodology of action research, the applications of action research in schools, private and public, and community organizations. So for today's tour, we're going to visit 3 sites, very different. The first is a public middle school where teachers who've worked with Dr. Inoue and Dr. Spencer and Dr. Latimer are using Japanese lesson study in the context of an action research project to examine their practice as teachers. The second site is San Pasquale Academy in Escondido, which is a very unique program for foster youth. And there, the school counselor who has been teaching a social justice class, he asked for assistance with examining his practice so that he could get ideas for strengthening his practice as a counselor, but also as an instructor of this very unique class that he established. So we'll go and meet with some of his students, but also with the counselor. And then the third project we're going to visit today is here at USD, which is a project that involved the creation of a new program at the university, which is a student lounge for commuter students. So in this project, the student who was given the task of creating this new program decided as part of her studies in leadership studies that she would use action research as a method for her to keep reflecting critically on her efforts to develop this new program. So at each of these projects, we'll have an opportunity to interact with people, to learn a little bit more about what they're doing, to ask questions, and to become hopefully more connected with some of the different ways in which action research can be used. So thrilled that you're all here with us, and I think we'll have some fun. After we visit San Pasquale Academy, we're going to go to a park nearby, and lunch will be waiting for us there. So we'll all have lunch together, and Jack has asked if we would do some videotaping during lunch so that when people ask questions and there's dialogue amongst us, that we'll also capture that on videotape. So, any quick questions before we?
In each car, there will be a magical mystery to a CD. So please listen to that.
Can we sing?
Yes,
you can sing that.
Also.
So,
out there, shotgun.
yeah. So, we didn't actually do a pre-planned list for all of the vehicles, but I think we were going to have you go in the van, Jack, so I think we can, and I think, Angel, you're going to go with them since you're video.